commotion. I live on the side with the chosen. Higher dimensions we going. My third eye open, I can see past the commotion. I live on the side with the chosen. Higher dimensions we going. God done been through enough, I would say. Energy different, the frequency change. My third eye is open, I don't see the same. I am not playing, I don't rap in the game. I am my affirmation manifest. My third eye is open, I can see past the commotion. I can't get lost in the moment. I live on the side with the chosen. Higher dimensions we going. My third eye open, I can see past the commotion. I live on the side with the chosen. Higher dimensions we going. God done been through enough, I would say. Energy different, the frequency change. My third eye is open, I don't see the same. I am not playing, I don't rap in the game. I am my affirmation manifest. My third eye is open, I can see past the commotion. I can't get lost in the moment. I live on the side with the chosen. Higher dimensions we going. My third eye open, I can see past the commotion. I live on the side with the chosen. Higher dimensions we going. God done been through enough, I would say. Energy different, the frequency change. My third eye is open, I don't see the same. I am not playing, I don't rap in the game. I am my affirmation manifest. My third eye is open, I can see past the commotion. I can't get lost in the moment. I live on the side with the chosen. Higher dimensions we going. My third eye open, I can see past the commotion. I live on the side with the chosen. Higher dimensions we going. God done been through enough, I would say. Energy different, the frequency change. My third eye is open, I don't see the same. I am not playing, I don't rap in the game. I am my affirmation manifest.
Peace, family. You already know the vibes. Big energy, shadow work Sundays. And so this episode, Divine Julio Keys wasn't able to make it. And so we have another divine God on this episode. It's a co-host, Khalil. So much gratitude to the God.
I say, man, we definitely finna get it in today as far as tapping in on this ego integration, this ego mergification, as I called it. So definitely grateful to be here for sure.
I say. So you already know the vibe. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get it started off with the heart chakra singing bowl, just to open up our heart space and get us operating on the same frequency.
Thanks.
I say. Nothing's more powerful, man. You know what I'm saying? Than the divine feminine energy, man, that heart space. You know, so and so we're gonna get this episode started off with a video. I kind of like to have these certain type of videos that kind of put the conversation in tangible perspective. You know what I'm saying? So this is from a show called Flash. One of the beings is Caitlin, and one of the beings is Killer Frost. And it's one being, but it's two sides. And so this is really what we're going to be talking about this episode. Check this out.
I was under arrest for all the crimes I committed as Killer Frost. You were the one who turned me in. I would never do that. I know. Look, ever since you let me take the wheel, I got to live my life, not just half the time, but all the time. And I really liked it. And I don't want to go back to living my life just half the time. And I was afraid you'd hate me for saying that. I would never hate you. You're my sister. You can always tell me how you feel. I don't know how. I mean, I may be the strong one, but you're the brave one. I mean, you're fearless. I mean, ever since I got in touch with my feelings, I'm scared. All the time. Sometimes I don't even know why. You think you're the only one who gets scared sometimes? Ever since we separated, there's been this deafening silence inside my head where you used to be. And it terrifies me. That's why I've been so desperate to put us back together. Why I got so upset when you broke the Matrix. It's because my biggest fear in life is living without you. Mine too. Well, then why don't we face that fear together?
I say, man. Yeah, very
man. That's deep.
Yeah, very powerful clip, my brother. And so when I saw that, I was like, yo, you know, watching the show, when I would see Killer Frost, and because at one point of the show, they wasn't separated in two bodies. If they were in one body. And so Caitlin would kind of like shapeshift into Killer Frost. You see what I'm saying? And so I thought that was super powerful as well. And then at some point, her shadow self, Killer Frost, ended up getting her own identity. And through Killer Frost having her own identity outside of Caitlin, which is the higher self aspect, the scientist and the smart one that's, you know, out here in society. Whenever they separated, Killer Frost was able to actually connect with his identity and really connect with self, which then the name Killer got removed, and now it's just Frost. You see what I'm saying? Now the shadow has become a pure being, even in the shadow place. You see what I'm saying? Through the power and the work and the alchemization of the higher self with the shadow. You see what I'm saying? And so that's why I feel like that was a very powerful clip and a great way to start the episode. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, Flash definitely be dropping gems.
Yeah, man. Like, also to add on, like, it's powerful that you brought up how before, you know what I'm saying, they wasn't merged. I mean, but yeah, before they was merged, after they separated, you dig what I'm saying? And you see that a lot with superheroes and characters throughout these movies and shows, like the Hulk, or you have Venom, or you have Spider-Man, you dig what I'm saying? Or the Green Goblin. You have these different people who embody these different personas based off of the energy that they can harbor to allow to drive their consciousness. So when you're talking about the ego in conjunction with that, it's powerful, because once you begin to alchemize the energy with your ego and have these conversations and begin to build this relationship, your ego will allow you to tap into some very powerful superpowers. You dig what I'm saying? Things like utilizing your shadow, you dig what I'm saying, to interpret the information from your reality around you, because that's a whole realm in itself, the shadow realm, which is where the ego dwells. You dig what I'm saying? Just like the higher self or the infinite self, it dwells in these higher realms of consciousness and thought and things like that. And you want to go there, but you never think about going to the shadow realm and seeing how you can move and operate throughout that dark, divine, feminine chaos energy. You dig what I'm saying? So it's also powerful because then Killer Frost split from Caitlin and they became two separate entities. Now you see this a lot for people when they are beginning to activate, but they're not grounded, they're not doing the shadow work, they're not doing the root chakra work. They begin to experience and see these spiritual beings and entities around them, but because they're allowing the projections of their mind and the thought forms from their ego project into their consciousness, now their ego begins to take in enough information from this person, from the environment, from the fears, from the triggers, and begin to formulate a whole consciousness around it to where the ego now is able to project itself into your actual third dimensional reality and begin to affect you that way. So you see this a lot when people are experiencing what they will call demons or incubi and succubi, you know what I'm saying? Or some people, they will have sleep paralysis and things like that. And that's not always the case with sleep paralysis. You dig what I'm saying? When you have sleep paralysis, it's sometimes because you're just a natural astral projector and that ability is activated. But you dig what I'm saying? It really goes to show it's powerful to tend to the ego and feed the ego and things like that, because just how you becoming clairvoyant, you can see energy, you can see a refined energy, light energy, luminous energy. You need to be able to see the dark energy too. It's a whole different frequency.
You know why? Because first and foremost, the dark energy is all of that light.
Facts. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? In one. You see what I'm saying? There's truthfully nothing more powerful than the shadow. And that's why in the church, you know, most Christians are scared of the shadow conversation. And it's because we were taught that was demonic. You see what I'm saying? But yes, like they just put in the comment, the yin and yang, the balance. You see what I'm saying? Everything has balance. The reason why in this world they look at us as chaos, as niggas, is because we are balanced beings. As much as we can love you, we can hate you. Real talk. We could tap into that chaos energy as a people. You see what I'm saying? The problem is we use it against each other. You see what I'm saying? I think what we have to understand is that we talk about this collective, but as much as there is, when we talk about the collective, there's a shadow collective as well. And so whenever we're moving and operating certain ways, and we're operating at certain frequencies where we're able to be hijacked, then the shadow collective is technically being taken over and also feeding and taking energy from you. You see what I'm saying? So you're almost like feeding a monster that on the opposite end we're trying to conquer or merge with. You see what I'm saying? So my point is that as much as we have to merge, love, connect, and not run from our shadow, because as a whole, if we want to take over this planet as a collective, then we have to merge with the collective shadow. But we have to bring balance, love, you know, peace, harmony, healing the trauma of the collective shadow. You see what I'm saying? And put it like this: you ain't gonna go kick it or hang with nobody that you beefing with, or that you look at a certain way, or that get on your nerves, or you see what I'm saying? So we got to change our perspective of the shadow. You know what I mean? I see a lot of people run from their shadow, and really my whole life I ran from my shadow. We run from the dark side of ourselves. We run from the trauma, the pain, the hurt, the regret. We run from it. You see what I'm saying? But honestly, the power is in embracing it. You see what I'm saying? The power is in you know, going within and really accepting. You know what I'm saying? Accepting whatever happened to you, accepting it for what it was, accepting it for what it is. You see what I'm saying? And taking your power back. You see what I'm saying? I feel like the shadow is a warrior. It's always going to be on that type of energy. But the shadow is here to help you take your power back. You see what I'm saying? The higher self can guide the power, can see the power, can actually merge in and out of different dimensions of this power. But the shadow is actually the being that is going to get your power back as a whole. Like you said, the duality, whenever Kai say wholeness, this is what we're talking about.
And it's powerful. It's powerful because it's staring you right in your face. Even when you look at it in a simplistic aspect, when you go outside and you look at the shadow, run away. What is your shadow gonna do? Chase you. It just goes
Yeah.
to show that the electromagnetism of your being is, you know what I'm saying, adamant in your creation and how you perceive and create reality. If you chase your shadow's gonna run from you. So how would you integrate and merge with your shadow? If you run from it and it chases you, and you chase it and it runs from you, how would you integrate it? Stillness. You dig what I'm saying? Stillness is the best way to integrate with your shadow, because then, like they show in the Flash, when Flash began to activate his powers more, right? And he was going through those tower moments, you know what I'm saying, those vexing moments and things like that. He began to activate more of his powers to where now he was moving so fast that he can move through solid objects. You dig what I'm saying? And when you vibrate faster, they show this on the sine wave. You know what I'm saying? How information and wavelength travels. When you see a straight line or you see a vibration, you might see it as straight lines, but it's actually moving like this, and it's moving faster and faster and faster until you perceive it as a straight line. You dig what I'm saying? So when you're able to be still, you tap into that frequency, and you're able to merge in between consonants. And it's also crazy because the anatomy and physiology show this up in your body as well. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy where this is shown at in your body, in the heart space. Right, so in the heart space, your heart, you have a heart, and on top of the heart, you have the thymus gland. And the thymus gland's job of the body is very important as far as the lymphatic system, because it helps to create T cells, which act as the police for the body. You know what I'm saying? They go around and police the body and go and kill different microorganisms and bacteria inside your body that's trying to get you sick and things like that. So that also shows the dualistic nature and things like that, as far as your ego also being embedded within you, also showing you how when your ego is harmonized or when your heart chakra is balanced, it protects you. The ego will protect you even when you're not even paying attention and realizing it. We're not paying attention that our body make T cells from our bone marrow. You dig what I'm saying? The whole time we take a full breath and we don't know what we're breathing in. That ego that has been crystallized into a holographic consciousness by way of your thymus gland is protecting you. Now you have to do the same thing in the energetic realm, so you can fully crystallize that aspect of your consciousness and really tap in, really be Neo in the matrix.
What's deep is that you know what I'm saying, you're talking about the subconscious mind, and the power of the subconscious mind. Like when you said we breathing, you know what I'm saying, you're not thinking about breathing, you know what I'm saying? You're breathing through your subconscious. It's just naturally happening. So being that our subconscious, until we take control over ourselves, over self, your subconscious is really in control of your life. You see what I'm saying? So, and your shadow lives in your subconscious. You know what I'm saying? Obviously your shadow is multidimensional, but a part of the places where your shadow lives is in your subconscious, where all these files are stored, where all this trauma and all these things that we do just by habit. Like it's like we got these certain reactions. If somebody say this to you, you're gonna react this way automatically. If somebody say this to you, you're gonna react this way automatically. These are subconscious habits based off of trauma, pain, you know, whatever, you know, something molded and technically we are being controlled by our own subconscious. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, which is being fed by our shadow. You know, so I think that's powerful when you're talking about what you're talking about, because when we talk about the subconscious mind, because I was gonna kind of get into this towards the end of the episode, but let's go and get to it. So let's see. So how do we alchemize? How do we go within and connect and have a shadow intervention? How do you do that? You know what I'm saying? People gonna ask that question. And so I feel like before we dig any deeper, you know, we can both really, you know, dig deep on that question. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, I'm gonna start with memories of the heart space, which is what we talk about a lot on Shadow Work Sundays. Now, I look at any aspect of shadow work that is connected with memories and connected with going back, you know, from your imagination. This is all connected to the inner child. So in my opinion, I would say start with the inner child and just connect with any emotion, any feeling, or any memory that you remember. Don't really force it. Don't really reject it. Connect with that. Observe that memory and use your inner child memories as practice, and observe what's going on and actually feel how do you feel in that moment? How does that moment make you feel? Really connect with yourself, with that child, and in that moment, cry. You know, if you need to yell, if you need to punch something, whatever, don't punch nobody, you know what I'm saying? But try to find a way to be therapeutic, to make it therapeutic for yourself and release it. Don't go in it like uptight, like, you know what I'm saying? Be open for whatever. Be okay with the unknown. Be vulnerable with yourself. And so through doing this, my point, and that's why I say use it as practice, because it's not the end all be all. Through doing this, then you will actually be able to it's going to be easier to channel your imagination. The power of any type of manifestation is in your imagination. And so what will happen is that as you're healing your inner child, you're going to start getting more memories. I talked about this like probably a few days ago to one of my people, that trauma blocks memories. So as you start to heal your inner child and feel and connect and detach from your parents, detach from whoever raised you, detach from what they taught you, detach from, you know, the guilt that you had as a child, detach from all these different things and become one with yourself. And at that moment, you know what I'm saying, you become whole in a sense of perspective. Now you can actually take control of this, and now you can actually go talk to your shadow. You know, at first we don't have control. We don't feel like, you know, we feel like we're out of control. That's why we do so many drugs. That's why we kill each other. That's why we talk to each other the way we do. That's why, you know what I'm saying, because we feel like I don't know what to do, bro. I'm out of control. You know what I'm saying? We lose it. But you know what I'm saying, this is the process of taking our power back.
Facts. So that's a very, very powerful question. You dig what I'm saying? Because this is a topic I talk about and speak on a lot. And now I feel like before when I be on live, spirit don't be allowing me to like just go in on a download, but now I really feel it. You dig what I'm saying? On how I alchemize. So one thing I want everybody that's viewing right now to understand, that when you taking in a piece of information or a download from somebody, that you are to analyze it, write it down, you know what I'm saying, etch it into your subconscious mind, but utilize it as a blueprint to understand your own avatar, your own consciousness, and the way that you interact with yourself, because your shadow work and the way that you alchemize is completely different from my shadow work and the way that I alchemize. You dig what I'm saying? So it's so powerful, because what we're doing here is opening portals for you to be able to tap into how to be a master alchemist yourself. You dig what I'm saying? It's just a process of remembering now. Once you get in the flow, it'll be easy. So how do I alchemize energy? When I first started, it was just simply breath work. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm grateful for, because breath work is so powerful. You dig? Like without breath, you have no life. We need to breathe. You dig what I'm saying? So when you are able to utilize your breath work in the sense of now you can move the chi or prana or life force energy throughout your energetic body, now you can pinpoint where specific memories are locked within your hard drive, within your quantum computer. You dig what I'm saying? That crook in your neck might free up 30 years worth of memories, all because you're being able to realize it, because now you are able to move energy through your body and feel where it's flowing and feel where it feels like it stops at. You dig what I'm saying? So that's one of the first ways I was able to really begin to alchemize energy. And then it got more intense when I started to incorporate my imagination from my inner child. So everybody always asks me, what's the best way to do this? What's the best way to do that? I'm gonna always tell you, because now I have activate it and unlock this, and I'm able to utilize it now, it's your mind. It's your mind. You dig what I'm saying? So when you alchemize an energy, especially things like integrating with your ego, you dig what I'm saying? Transmuting traumas, pains, and things like that, going and doing the inner child work, inner child healing. You have to be creative as possible. You have to imagine things as if they're right there, because they are right there. This is what training your sixth sense is, being able to perceive it as though you can feel it like it's in this third dimensional reality, because it feels way more real, even though it feels like you cannot perceive it that way. So it's imperative to utilize the creations of your inner child in conjunction with your shadow work, because now what you're doing is showing a child how to heal. And that's powerful in itself, because a child is the closest thing to source or God mind. You dig what I'm saying? So that's also intrinsic to understand about the ego and the subconscious mind and the higher self, is that they're all, even though they're so powerful and they have all this knowledge, all these downloads and intellect, in their true nature, because they found that also within themselves, they are their inner child. Even though they may show up as a 7 foot tall Anunnaki looking being, they are their inner child in themselves, and they know how to tap into them temper tantrums, how your ego does or makes you have when you're not feeding it. You dig what I'm saying? They have it on cue, they have it on lock. So the best way really to really alchemize your energy is your imagination, is utilizing that inner child, is utilizing, you know what I'm saying, visualization techniques, conjuring up different tools, things like that, creating different, you know what I'm saying, inner child-like scenarios.
Right.
Yeah, so definitely using that imagination, man.
No, it's a major key. You know what I'm saying? I feel like healing would be real hard without using your imagination. You know what I'm saying? Because your inner child is fearless. Your inner child, your shadow is the most powerful energy. You know what I'm saying? And so I want to, I'm following the spirit. I'm trying to see my notes. I'm jumping all around at this point. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. So I got a few questions. Once again, to get this started off. So when we talk about the inner child, we talk about being, you know, obviously, like as a child, certain people broke us and violated, you know, certain areas of us of trust and, you know, just our innocence in the sense of, you know, our pureness of love. And, you know what I'm saying? We started to become different type of people based off of how we were treated, you know what I'm saying, as a child. And so ask yourself, and these are things you can ask yourself when you're in meditation or when you're just doing this this deep healing or in this divine shadow intervention. Ask yourself, who are you afraid of? You know, is one question. So ask your shadow, you know what I'm saying? Because the shadow is choosing to stay in the dark for many reasons. The shadow don't want to be in the dark, just like the clip of Frost. Frost said, I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of doing this shit by myself. You know what I mean? Like, I'm tired of this and this and that. I'm tired of not feeling. I want to feel. You know what I'm saying? So that's how the shadow
I'm supposed to cut you off, but you know what that sound like?
Yeah.
A lot of our brothers and sisters in the hood. I'm tired of living in the hood. I'm tired of not having nothing to eat. I'm tired of not having no money.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's deep, because that's just our shadow selves and our inner child crying out. You know what I'm saying? But we're not taught emotional intelligence where we come from. So if we start talking a certain way, like, nigga, shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you tweaking. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get out your feelings. You know, you're getting a certain type of response. Be a man. You know, you're getting these certain type of responses that are shutting down you being able to feel. So therefore, like you said, you just become this ball of whatever that is, and now you're moving through your shadow. But like you said, all along, you're just in the hood. You really just want to be heard. You really just want true love. You really just want loyal people. You really just want, you know what I'm saying, what's given to be reciprocated back. You see what I'm saying? At an even token. You know what I mean? But where we come from, man, it's it's a every man for himself type of ball game. Even when it comes to our family, you know what I'm saying? Like if you get bread and you on top, you know what I'm saying? They finna come at you and look at you a certain way. But if you busted and broke, you can be the same person, have the same information, same heart, same type of love. You a bum. You know what I'm saying? That's how our culture is. You see what I'm saying? But that's really a projection of self. You know what I mean? The reason why neuromelanated people have so many problems with each other is because we have so many problems with ourselves. You know what I'm saying? They keep the alcohol, they keep certain things, you know what I'm saying? Dope, they keep certain things in our hood and in our area, in our vicinity, to keep us connected to some type of addiction. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm addicted to healing. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like this, right? So every drug that you do, I done did all type of drugs, X, cocaine. I mean, at the same time, many other stuff, you know what I'm saying? Growing up and things like that. So these drugs, they feel good right at some point, but then you got that side effect. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if anybody ever know what it feel like to come down on X or come down on X pills or coke and things like that. You're depressed. You know what I'm saying? Your shadow is on your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like you are in a very dark place. And so these addictions they're not all what they mapped out to be. You know what I'm saying? It's a dark side to these addictions that we are using to escape. So you might as well just deal with the shadow. You feel me? If you're gonna have to deal with the shadow anyway at some point of doing this drug or this or being addicted to this thing. You see what I'm saying? It's even eating. You know, we eat ourselves. You know, that's kind of like a thing they show in movies, in black movies. The black woman, she eats herself out of her pain. You know what I'm saying? Right. But then, you know what I'm saying, you can end up, in a bad health situation, end up in the hospital. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, my point is that we have to stop merging with death and actually connect with our shadow. Oh man. Oh man, that man went to the shadow realm. And like cut off
that's crazy.
That is deep. But look at the duality on the screen though. You see what I'm saying?
Right. You hear me?
We ain't even going, you know what I'm saying? Like it's definitely, this is what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? The darkness and the light. And you see how right there, you know what I'm saying? Like that was a perfect example because bro was just dropping gems from his higher self. Y'all saw it. The light was beaming on him. It just looked everything. It looks luminous over here with the light. The light went off. But that was the same being.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? That was the same being. That was the same divine being. But since we couldn't see him, you know what I'm saying? Then some people would say, "Oh man, something was wrong. I can't see him. He need to turn his light on." I like him better with the light on, but it's the same being. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? We got to understand the duality of that. You feel me? So that was a powerful, a powerful demonstration. You know what I'm saying? From the spirit. You feel me?
I also feel called to give y'all another strategy to help deal with the ego, because that's something that I just found myself doing and just end up tapping into, you know what I'm saying? Just playing around with myself. You dig what I'm saying? So this one day, some just told me to go stare in the mirror. So I was staring at myself in the mirror, but when I was looking through my eyes, and this is around the time where I wasn't tapped in, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't even in the Bible. I was just 3D. You dig what I'm saying? I went and looked in the mirror and I was looking into my eyes and I seen me looking back at me, but it was not me. And it's like, it scared the shit out of me. You dig what I'm saying? Like it was my shadow self. It looked just like me. But the only difference was I could feel the energy now. You dig what I'm saying? So my reason behind saying this is because utilizing a mirror is very, very powerful. It's very, very powerful. Now, to integrate with your ego. Now, fast forward a little bit. I'm in the Bible, but I'm more so leaning now more towards the knowledge itself. And I'm cutting my hair one day, and like you know how when you hold a mirror and then you point it at a mirror and go into itself. I'm cutting my hair and I'm looking in the mirror, right? And then I end up making eye contact with myself in the, like, it's like 30 reflections in this mirror. I make eye contact with like the third one, and then as I see myself looking at me, I knew my facial expression. When I looked back in this mirror, the facial expression was real mean. I'm like, bro, that was not me. I pulled the mirror down. I know I'm not tripping. I look back, my eyes is cool. You dig what I'm saying? So fast forward a little bit more, doing the shadow work. Now a God has put me onto mirror gazing. Then I go on mirror gaze. You dig what I'm saying? Now, mirror gazing is when you stare into a mirror. If y'all don't know, a mirror, any mirror that's in your home is a crystal. You dig what I'm saying? It has quartz crystals in it. So this is why some of us get in front of the mirror and can't get out of the mirror so much, because we programmed the mirror, you did, with the energy for us to get in there and look good and things like that. So I began to stare into the mirror, and I would mirror gaze and things like that under candlelight. So it was a dim light, which is a key. You dig what I'm saying? Because like you said, the ego lives in the shadow realm. You know what I'm saying? It lives in the subconscious mind. So I would light the candle, have a candle lit, you know what I'm saying, real dim, and I was staring to this mirror, make sure I cleansed the mirror and things like that, because it is a crystal. So I cleansed it with smoke, closed the portal, because it's also a portal as well. You dig what I'm saying? So Doctor Strange, they be on point with their magic. When they use the sling ring to open the portal and they go clockwise to open it, that's how you open the portal. When they go counterclockwise to close it, that's how you close the portal. So some of y'all be using sage in y'all house. You dig what I'm saying? Y'all just swinging it in clockwise circles and wondering why shit ain't working. That's because you continuously opening portals and they not closing. So you have to go around your house and go in counterclockwise to close these portals. So I will mirror gaze and things like that. And then I got real deep.
Real quick. I gotta add to that. So going right is what? It's tight, right? And going left is what? Loose. You see what I'm saying? So that's really deep. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about. So what? Say what you said again.
Righty tighty, lefty loosey.
No, about
Doctor Strange.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So you was talking about opening portals, and I'm saying it's like open and locked. You see what I'm saying? Because right is open, which is tight, but then left is loose, which is like, you know what I'm saying? Which is like locked. But to me, the L is same. The L is like locked. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's deep though. Open and locked. You know what I'm saying? Open and close. You know what I'm saying? Left and right. The balance, the duality. Once again, showing up. You know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna have to put some respect on the duality, because what people got to understand is that you will not get to divinity without duality.
Exactly. That's why it's here. That's why it's necessary. You know what I'm saying? That's why we have to learn, or what they call learn. You dig what I'm saying? Break things down in a simplistic nature. You wouldn't know how to build a car if you didn't know the schematics, and you didn't know that it needs a certain X amount of bolts and spark plugs. You wouldn't be able to build it if you didn't know it piece by piece. You dig what I'm saying? So that's why duality is here, and it's necessary for you to tap into both aspects and then bring them into unison so they can form that omni-consciousness. That's why we perceive them as ego and higher self. But what about when they both merge together? Like they show you in Captain Planet, like they show you in Transformers, like they show you in Voltron, Power Rangers, when the Megazords and things like that come together, and they create a whole different powerful being. What about you when you merge with your ego, merge with that shadow self? You dig what I'm saying? You're able to tap into both the frequencies of light and dark, the seen and the unseen. And this is tapping into your higher chakras. You dig what I'm saying? Your highest chakras dwell within the realm of the ethers. That pure divine chaos energy, that cosmic energy, which is able to take any shape, any form, any frequency. So when y'all talking about, because I know when we get on this spiritual journey, it'd be fun because we get to tap in with our avatar and utilize the abilities and things like that. Well, that's another, you know what I'm saying, gift for y'all. But y'all have to work to tap into that. And the way to get to those gifts is through the shadow self. Through the shadow self.
So let's talk about it, right? So when you look at the ego, right? You gotta see the duality again. Keep in mind, we have hundreds of chakras, but we're just gonna talk about these key 7 that we always lock in on. So when you look at the chakras start. So the chakra at the bottom is ego, and at the top is ego. The root chakra is ego based. You see what I'm saying? And you balancing it out. You're balancing out the trauma, the anger, the pain, the rage, the anxiety. You're balancing out all these things with passion and grounded and being grounded. You see what I'm saying? But then over here you got the ego, you got the crown over here, you got the ego up here where you extra conceited and judgmental and arrogant, and you know what I'm saying? Or you got the balance out of that where you are the guide. You see what I'm saying? You are very intuitive, and you actually the seer, and you're the person that people look to for guidance. You see what I'm saying? You actually can able to connect with that masculine energy of the protector, of the warrior, of the creator, of channeling that creative energy. Like I said, for protection and for stability. You see what I'm saying? So we have to understand that when bro is talking about you can't get to those other places, those higher selves that we talking about we want to be in without going through the shadow, it's because each aspect of us has a shadow aspect. So even the heart chakra has the lower aspect of the heart chakra, which is the green energy that we have on the screen, the same green energy. That is the lower, that is the ego of the heart space. The pink, the rose quartz, I like to use crystals, so malachite and rose quartz. Malachite is a healing crystal, very powerful healing crystal that's going to take you into deep, shadow work and to deep, inner reflections and things of that sort. But you got rose quartz that's going to take you into a place of pure love, of blissfulness, of self-love, self-care. You see what I'm saying? But you can't get to a place of self-love, self-care, the blissful aspect of this journey if we don't go through the malachite first, the green energy first. You see what I'm saying? Which is we got to go through that healing. We gotta go and forgive. You see what I'm saying? We got to go in and find compassion. You see what I'm saying? So point is that it's duality in every aspect of this journey. And then Shadow Work Sundays is a place where we clear the room, clear the air. A lot of people want to promote the higher self, when truthfully your higher self will run out of power without the superconductor of the heart space, which is connected to healing your root chakra, balancing the root chakra, and healing and cleansing and opening your heart chakra. You see what I'm saying? And it's deep that we're talking about this, Kyle, because once again, I was telling my wife, earlier, we are talking about red and green energy, which is what they talk about with the Christmas situation. And so the power of the red and green, man, which is the heart chakra and the root chakra. You see what I'm saying? So we're not tapping in on that energy they own, but we tapping in on that red and that green energy when it comes to chakra alignment. You know what I'm saying? This episode and the balance and the duality of both. All right, 1 second, family. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yo.
You kind of froze a little bit. Yeah, I can hear you.
You said what?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Man, it just started lagging.
Sorry about this, family.
Reason.
Hold on. All right, 1 second, family. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and play this record while we're doing this. So I was gonna play it at the end of the episode, but while we handling the technical difficulties, y'all know how it go, man. Super high vibrations, so they be trying to play. But let's try one more time real quick, actually. What's good? What's the word?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you see me?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. I don't know. I just can't see you, but everything else cool. Be straight. But yeah, I wanted to touch on when you was talking about the chakras as well. You dig what I'm saying?
Mercury
with somebody
retrograde. Fact, we just talked about this, Kyle. That's exactly what it is.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. But somebody in the chat was talking about the Earth Star chakra, right? Which most people don't know about, which is a chakra that is 6 inches below the body, right? Or 6 feet or 6 inches below the body. You did, and this Earth Star chakra deals with earth tone colors and things like that. Now, when you're dealing with the root chakra, right? The root chakra deals with being grounded internally within yourself. You dig what I'm saying? Within your emotions, within your consciousness, within your mind, subconscious mind, ego. You dig what I'm saying? When dealing with the Earth Star chakra, this deals with being grounded in the sense of everything around you, nature. You dig what I'm saying? The cosmos, the underworld. You dig what I'm saying? What you was talking about as far as the crown chakra being in the ego, you dig what I'm saying? And the root chakra being in the ego, that also equates to, you dig what I'm saying? In the Jewish tradition, they utilize something called the Kabbalistic tree of life. In the Bible, they call it the tree of life. You dig what I'm saying? They also have another tree, which is the same tree. They're just trying to switch you up. It's called the tree of knowledge of good and evil in the Bible. You dig what I'm saying? And they also talk about this in Jewish mysticism, but they don't give the other opposite end of the Kabbalistic tree of life, which is the Qliphoth, right? Which deals with on this Kabbalistic tree of life, you have different Sephiroth for different points. You dig what I'm saying? Which also this Kabbalistic tree of life fits inside of a Merkaba, right? Exactly. Or a 6-pointed star. You dig what I'm saying? It fits inside of the flower of life. So it also aligns with your chakra systems and your meridian pathways and your energetic body. So you going up there and you tapping into the frequencies of the different Sephiroth in this Kabbalistic tree of life that align with your higher chakras. But what about the Qliphoth, the other aspect of that Kabbalistic tree? You dig what I'm saying? Which deals with the lower chakras, which you access through the Earth Star chakra. It's imperative to be grounded in those senses, because yes, the root chakra is fear and ego based, but where's the projections of all the different thought forms and ideas and visions and things like that that you're having that deals with those negative situations coming from? It's coming from you not having a grounded root Earth Star chakra. You dig what I'm saying? Just like how you have the crown chakra, right? But above the crown chakra, you have a chakra called the soul star chakra. This soul star chakra begins to tap in. You begin to tap into your cosmic memory, the Akashic records, the cosmic Akashic records. You begin to go and really travel and access the cosmos limitlessly. You dig what I'm saying? Within yourself and without yourself. So it's the same thing with this Earth Star chakra. When it's not aligned, when it's not grounded, when you're not connected to it, it's like Pandora's box wide open. It's free game. You dig what I'm saying? I always teach this to people. Your chakras are never closed, because if they was closed, you would be an NPC. You would not be able to perceive reality. You would not be able to have no determination or willpower to go to work or do anything. You dig what I'm saying? You wouldn't even be an NPC at that point, for real. You dig what I'm saying? You just be nothingness, a bot. You dig? So your chakras are never closed. They're always open, but they have blocks. You dig what I'm saying? And like the guy was talking about, when you have these blocks within your body, you're blocking your memories. You dig what I'm saying? You're blocking different access points within different realms and realities that you can go and tap into. So you have to begin to hold space for yourself and your ego to begin to free those things up. You dig what I'm saying? So what I was talking about as far as the mirror gazing, that's a powerful way to do that. Because now you're looking, we know the eyes are the windows into the soul. So when you begin to mirror gaze, you're literally staring into your own soul. And if you've been doing the shadow work and things like that, when you can stare into your own soul and you feel what you would feel if you was to look into the eyes of a baby. You dig what I'm saying? Or the eyes of an animal. You dig? I do this all the time. It's something called soul gazing. You have mirror gazing, but you also have something called soul gazing, which is very powerful. You dig what I'm saying? Find an animal if you have a pet, or if you just have a brand new newborn baby around. You dig what I'm saying? Begin to just staring into their eyes for a couple seconds. You dig what I'm saying? Begin to tap into their consciousness and see how they feel. The first time when I got my dog and I stared into his eyes, I feared nothing. I felt nothing but pure bliss, pure love. You dig what I'm saying? So that's also a way to help you to be able to tap into how to alchemize energy within yourself, is when you look into the windows of your own soul. You dig what I'm saying? Just like how they say, the best CEO is the one who goes and works for the company before he gets to the top. That's the same thing with you. You dig what I'm saying? You have to go and get into the inner workings with your ego and things like that before y'all become that most limitless being.
And so somebody asked a question about what are some herbs and some fruits to help with chakras. So first and foremost, I would say on a basic level, when it comes to chakras, it's color psychology to an extent. So connecting the colors that align with that chakra, with the fruit, color of the fruit that you're eating at that time. You can connect it with the clothes that you're wearing as well. I like to take showers with like that color so turn that light, put a light on the shower, which turns the water that I'm showering with to the actual color and alchemize that the energy, actually do certain meditations and certain type of rituals with that water, because obviously like water is energy, and whenever it changes to a different color, it's almost like your inner child is being connected and activated with, because it feels like it's a part of your imagination, but you're already, you kind of putting, you're kind of doing magic on yourself, kind of what Akai is talking about. But also, I would say taking any type of herbs that are healthy for you or important and high vibrational, because we must obviously detach from the way that they are feeding us and a lot of these foods and meats and things of that sort. So not judging anybody that's eating that, you know what I mean? But that is a part of us connecting. We got enough shadow work to do, so you don't want to be doing, it might sound funny what I'm going to say, but you don't want to be doing no shadow work for a cow, because before they died, they had trauma, you know what I'm saying, or from finna be slaughtered, and now you're dealing with paranoia and anxiety. Now you're doing shadow work, you know what I'm saying, from this burger you ate. And that's like, so that sounds crazy, but it's definitely like that. But I would say a cheat code really quick is this, right? That's why I left and went to go get it. I don't know if y'all can see it. It's probably too bright. Dang. Y'all see that? So this is the elixir from Dr. B to Dick Gregory elixir. And so, like I said, this is technically a cheat code that if you really want to unlock your chakras and really want to balance out the chakras and connect with the quantum realms and help you astral travel and have deeper meditations and things of that sort. Really have those experiences that you would have on psychedelics without taking the psychedelic. That monatomic gold is where it's at. And this elixir has monatomic gold, platinum, iridium, copper, green tourmaline, and so much more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But point is like me and Kai talked about before, it's not just the monatomic gold. You know what I'm saying? It actually has a lot of those other high vibrational elements that we originally used to have in our body naturally, that we can take to help us connect. You know what I'm saying? With the ethers.
So to add on to Spaz Mo's questions, what's some of the best herbs and fruits for your chakras? Of course, utilizing colorology. You dig what I'm saying? To align your chakras with fruits and things like that, because it stimulates and activates your chakra via the vibration that the color gives off. You dig what I'm saying? Which begins to affect your subconscious mind in a way that those colors hold information. They're conscious as well. Everything has a consciousness. In the movie Thor: Love and Thunder, when Thor and Valkyrie and all them went to Olympia and all the gods were sitting there, what gods did they dress up as to sneak in there? The emotion gods. How did they portray the emotion gods? With color. You dig what I'm saying? So color, it has a consciousness and things like that. So when you begin to utilize these colors, it begins to activate all the knowledge dealing with that color, consciousness, and things like that within your subconscious mind, and you begin to embody it and activate and align your chakras that way. But another hack, a cheat code in the matrix, when utilizing fruits to align your chakras, is finding fruits that's more than one color. For me, my favorite fruit ever is mangoes. So when I see a mango, it's either orange, red, green, yellow, or all of the colors. So I'm hitting 4 chakras in one sweep just by eating a mango. You dig what I'm saying? So, and also for herbs, you dig what I'm saying? So when you're dealing with herbs and the chakras, right? This is something I call the endochakra system, right? We know that the chakras are tied to the endocrine system, or these different glands inside your body, right? The endocrine system, 85% of disease starts in the endocrine system because you have some type of energetic disalignment, right? Your chakras is blocked or something like that. So some herbs to help the chakras, because when your chakra gets blocked, you begin to have dis-ease in the endocrine system, or one of the glands in your glandular highway, right? Some herbs to help with that is herbs that help with those glands. So what are those glands? The pineal gland, the pancreas, the adrenal glands, right? The kidneys, the heart. You dig what I'm saying? The ovaries, the testes. These glands are a part of your chakra system. So herbs that will help for the heart is any herb that will feed more oxygen to the brain. So when dealing with herbs, it's also holistic. That's why it's called holistic, a holistic alternative to health and healing. Because when you use one herb, it may hit every single chakra, because it's doing the sweep for the gut or the pituitary gland and the throat chakra or the thyroid gland. So just do your own due diligence and just do some research on what the endocrine system is, and what chakras tied to the endocrine system, and what herbs, holistic herbs, you can utilize to heal certain glands within that endocrine highway. You dig what I'm saying? So when you just trace the dots, that's why it's imperative to do stuff like emerging with your ego and stuff like that, because when you doing one task and you remember how to do one thing, it leads you to remember how to do another thing and another thing and another thing in a more efficient way, because you have that blueprint. Dig what I'm saying? So step in your own solar plexus chakra energy and do some research. It'll really hit different.
Right. So for this transition, you know what I'm saying, back to the shadow intervention, and that's dope, you know what I'm saying? Much gratitude to Kyle, you know what I mean? This is pod class, not podcast, so, you know, definitely appreciate the gems, my brother, you know what I'm saying, dropping it and really breaking it down, you know what I'm saying, alchemizing the information to where it's tangible.
I say.
And so we talking about this shadow intervention, you know what I'm saying? We think about the intervention, you know what I'm saying? You think about like a therapy session, when somebody go and sit down with a therapist and they kind of talk and they kind of venting. So when you think about a therapist job, their job is to listen, actively listen. They're not really there to overly respond. They're not really there to, obviously they're going to be real at some point, but originally their job is to just listen. And so we got to look at this shadow intervention as something like that, as we are like a therapist to our shadow. And our shadow needs to just vent and needs to talk and needs to release, and just needs to be heard, and needs to be understood. You know what I'm saying? A therapist can't be judging this person. You know what I'm saying? A therapist can't be taking things personal. A therapist has to, therapists know why they're doing what they're doing. You see what I'm saying? Because it's their job. And so we kind of have to take that type of approach when it comes to our shadow. Our shadow is just a reflection of the broken, hurt, and betrayed part of us, but it's also the most powerful and fearless part of us. You see what I'm saying? And so as much as the shadow is looked at like, man, I hate this nigga, man. This, you know what I'm saying? I do not want to deal with this. It's actually your most powerful part of you. You see what I'm saying? For a lot of times in my life, my shadow saved my life. When I was in the streets, as much as, you know what I'm saying, my shadow created situations, you know what I'm saying, that I could have avoided. At the same time, when situations did come to me that that weren't right and weren't aligned and were to take me out, my shadow saved my life. You see what I'm saying? So we have to understand that the shadow actually has a major part in our survival, has a major part in our protection. You see what I'm saying? When a mother saves her child, that is from the love aspect of the shadow. That is like Thor. When Thor did everything, not Thor, when Thanos did everything that he did, he really did everything for love. You see what I'm saying? But he wiped out half of mankind. He did, you know, to a lot of people in the perspective, Thanos was the enemy. But really, technically, he was moving in his shadow, but it was for love. You see what I'm saying? The love of his family. You see what I'm saying? And so we have to be able to open our mind when it comes to our shadow. You know what I'm saying? We can't be small-minded with our shadow. Like I said, to me, Thanos is the perfect example of our shadow, like the balance of how your shadow can be pure love and be moving in love and still be in chaos. And sometimes that's needed. You know what I'm saying? Some of us have family members that's just assholes and just like to challenge the truth. Sometimes you might have to tap into chaos energy.
Facts. That's why I'm glad you brought up Thanos, because most people will look at him as not having no emotion at all for what he did. But when you begin to open yourself up to the shadow work, and you know what I'm saying, the trauma and healing and things like that, it really goes to show how love really allows you to tap into omni perspective of what you can do for the collective out of love. You dig what I'm saying? And see the bigger picture. You won't be able to see the bigger picture if you're not able to perceive the shadow. So this is why I utilize something called sensory deprivation, to where I deprive one of my senses to tap more into my spiritual senses, to be able to interpret the messages from my ego and my higher self more efficiently. So I would blindfold myself or use earplugs. You dig what I'm saying? When I meditate, or sometimes I intentionally lay my face inside a pillow when I meditate. You dig what I'm saying? So I can just deprive myself of a sense to feel more tapped into the energetic aspect. So that's powerful that you spoke on listening, right? Which is, if you don't know, there's a difference between hearing something and listening something. If someone tells you that they're hearing you, they're not listening. They're going in one ear and out the other. You dig what I'm saying? But when someone tells you that they're listening, they're attentive. You dig what I'm saying? They're listing everything that you're entering into their consciousness. You dig what I'm saying? They're making a list. They're checking it twice. You dig what I'm saying? So, but what makes listening more powerful, right? Before we communicated with speech or symbols, you dig what I'm saying? Or even telepathically, you dig what I'm saying? We utilized feeling, right? We felt.
Yeah.
Telepathy is just a sub ability of feeling, right? Because there's only really one sense that we have. We really don't have six. We really only have one, which is touch. You dig what I'm saying? We just use duality to break them down, to perceive them in the frequency that they are able to transmute the information that they're obtaining from that way. So the only sense that we have is touch. Vibrations Go ahead.
I'm not my fault. Have you seen the show called See?
Nah.
I'm talking about, I'm not even on my notes, bro. There's so much happening in my head right now. The spirit is going in. So on this show, bro, you gotta watch this on Apple Music. On Apple TV. They basically can't see. It's a whole generation of people. It's been a long time. I can't remember how long it's been, but basically, they're born without sight. And the people that do have sight, they almost look at them as like demon child, or like they want to kill them. You know what I'm saying? But my point is that but that's a whole nother perspective, a whole nother side of it. Is when you said just about the touch, is that they can't see. Everything they do is based off of feel. And so they'll have whole wars and whole battles. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the guys, one of the main characters is called, his name is Baba Voss. You know what I'm saying? The same guy that played in Aquaman, but his name is Baba Voss. And he a cold warrior, but he can't see, but he feel his way through everything. It's cold. And so in the show, Baba Voss has a son that's actually sighted that he can see. And so he ended up getting trained. They were basically saying he was weak as a warrior. He really wasn't, you know what I'm saying? So this the people that have no sight telling him with sight, he ain't, you know what I'm saying? He not really doing what he's supposed to do out here. Point is that he was taught by a man with no sight how to fight.
Exactly.
And really how to tap in. And so it became to the point of where he had sight. He would get into the war. He would close his eyes and just fight in the darkness, because he was able to channel and able to connect with that energy, and it actually saved his life plenty of times. You see what I'm saying? So I thought that, yeah, Kofun, there you go. Somebody know about what I'm talking about. But yeah, bro, I just think that's super powerful when we talk about the power of touch and also the power of darkness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And of going within and closing your eyes, and actually at that moment now they're alchemizing the energy around them. You know what I'm saying? That is the same thing that's happening on Doctor Strange, technically, except it's with motion in the 3D realm. You know what I'm saying?
You want to know where they really portrayed that so beautifully on Avatar: The Last Airbender. You dig what I'm saying? When Aang went to go look for an Earthbender, he went to Toph. Toph was a blind little girl, and she was trained by the world's first Earthbenders, which was animals. You know what I'm saying? The first sentient beings. You dig what I'm saying? And they was blind as well. So she learned from blind animals on how to earthbend. And they taught her how to feel the vibrations around her by utilizing her sixth sense or her mind's eye to perceive the vibrations energetically. You dig? And then she went on to have children and taught her children the same things. They was able to perceive vibrations energetically, even though they still had physical sight. You dig what I'm saying? So that's super powerful, because it shows you, even in Daredevil, you dig what I'm saying? Daredevil can see, but because he done honed in and trained his sense of sentience, right, or being able to feel, you can tap into everything. Because feeling is what we always saying, we want to vibrate high, we want to stay on this frequency and that frequency. Well, what is feeling? Feeling is frequency. Feeling is vibration. Feeling is sound manipulation, light manipulation, and things like that. Right. But what energy can manipulate that the best? The shadow, the darkness. And who is the king of that realm? You know what I'm saying? Some people will call it Satan. Some people will call it the Demiurge. Some people will call it Anki. What's your ego? You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. It's your ego. So you have to make a peace treaty between the realms of, you know what I'm saying, the house of God in your mind and hell. To whereas now they become a whole empire. To whereas now you have a barter system between your ego. You dig what I'm saying? Right. Now you are able to have different discipline. You dig what I'm saying? You going throughout your day and you hear your ego say, man, I just want to chill. Then your higher self will kick in and say, all right, man, bet we could chill. I'm with that, because now I know how to chill with you in a harmonized way, because we built a relationship. So bam, we're going to bust out these meditation and the work that we got to do, and we can chill. We can tap in. What you want to do? Play the game?
Bro, like it's super lit vibes too once you're able to do this, because you know what I'm saying, like man, my shadow took over, you know what I'm saying, my whole life for a long time. I was snapping on people, mugging. I was one of them, you know, I was just, you know what I'm saying, yeah, just wasn't really, you know what I'm saying, in the right headspace. Point is though, man, is that now, bro, like I had a situation probably yesterday, you know what I'm saying, where I'm like, I literally watched it play out. I responded, cool. And I was telling my guys, we both like looking at me like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, test pass. You know what I'm saying? And so that feels good, bro. You know what I mean? Like when you don't snap on somebody, when you don't give me your energy, when you really see like, my shadow was right there. I felt my shadow rise. I said, nah,
you know what they call that? The avatar state. You dig what I'm saying? How Dr. B call it an idiom. You know what I'm saying? Most people know it as the flow state. When everything around you becomes slow, you're able to perceive it. How you said, you was able to watch the whole situation play out and then proact it instead of react it in the situation. You dig what I'm saying? You gave a positive solution and you diffused the situation instead of indicting it with your own projections from your own ego.
This is what we got to understand too. Sometimes the positive solution is no solution. Sometimes the best response is no response. So I know me. If I say something, I'm probably gonna still say something slick, even if I'm trying to. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm not gonna say nothing at all. I'm gonna just look at you like, you got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know. And, so
that's why feeling is powerful.
Silence. Yep.
Facts.
I say.
Facts. But yeah, like exactly the power of silence. You dig what I'm saying? Being still. Stillness. You dig what I'm saying? How is it when moving waters are moving, you cannot see what's going on in the picture? But when those waters become still, you can see everything in the reflection. You can see its dualistic nature. That's why I was talking about the mirror, because when we could go look at ourselves in the mirror, we're actually seeing a different version of us. We don't look the same to ourselves as we look to other people. So it's imperative to you to go look yourself in the mirror to see what you look like. You dig what I'm saying? Because whole time, every time you're staring into other mirrors that you will call people, you seeing what you look like in them, which is why people begin to project. You dig what I'm saying? And you feel like people throwing snot shots and sneak dissing. That's because they are, because you sneak dissing on yourself.
You hear me? Talk about
it. Yeah, like you're not going in and tapping with the ego. You're not going in and doing the shadow work. So that's how smart and intuitive that your ego is that it's gonna utilize you and what you think you're doing to not pay attention to it to trigger you. It's gonna make you look in flaws in other people to trigger your own self. You dig what I'm saying?
You know what? It's because I wish I still had the picture in here inside the episode inside Shadow Work Sundays. But that is the karmic wheel, and is so the karmic wheel and the divine matrix is one. But the divine matrix is the karmic wheel cleansed and healed and aligned. And so when you think about when you see the karmic wheel and you talking about dealing with these different people, the karmic wheel is made up of all 12 zodiacs, 13 essentially, but it's made up of the main 12. And so when you're dealing with these people and dealing with like you said, the shadows are going to make you face it. It's because you have to do that to unlock and to cleanse and to clear your karmic cycle, your karmic wheel, which is actually unlocking every zodiac, becoming every zodiac. So if you want to come here and you want to say, I am just this zodiac and I'm only allowed to here, you operate in that, then cool, you'll come back as this zodiac, the one you didn't want to tap into. And then if you don't want to tap in and learn no lessons, then you'll come back as that zodiac. And so while we're here, our goal is really to align and to see, we talk about 12, the 12 zodiacs. We do 12 times 12, 144, which is 144,000 dimensions. These 144,000 dimensions are connected with these 12 zodiacs. You see what I'm saying? Which is, once again, connected with the 9 realms. You see what I'm saying? So all these things are all connected. And so just know what you're doing in your everyday life. The people that you like, I have someone in my life that hate Leos. They hate them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they love me, they hate Leos. And I'm a Leo. You know what I'm saying? We're both Leos. So, but Leos get such a bad rap in the world. People talk so bad about Leos. But truthfully, it's like, you really need to merge with that energy and alchemize that energy,
And
and
look,
maybe tap into your confidence and your balance and your chaos and your sternness and your truth. You know what I'm saying?
you wanna know what's crazy? People be trying to guess what my sign is, and they never guess Leo. They be amazed. So,
That's deep.
you know, and that just goes to show when you
People
do
think
the
I'm a
work.
counselor all the time.
Yeah, you dig what I'm saying? Like, it goes to show you break past those projections and conceptualizations people place on you, because now you're going and flowing through those zones within yourself, like dealing with the 12 zodiacs, right? And they show this, like I said, throughout all movies, right? You have somebody training or something. You have a bunch of group of kids training in a movie or a TV show or something like that, right? And they all have to do a specific drill. But this always like, for example, in Avatar: Last Airbender, right? Aang was an airbender. All the airbenders had to do specific meditations and stuff like that. Aang wanted to play. He was rebellious. You dig what I'm saying? These people, right, symbolize what people call the 13th zodiac sign, because the 13th zodiac sign is dealing with Christ consciousness. So these 12 zodiac signs are here because they help govern your personality, your traits, you know what I'm saying, and help you to map out your road to reaching that 13th zodiac sign. You dig what I'm saying?
Real
Which is
quick,
Christ consciousness.
what do they say whenever you're in the church? When do you become a man? At the age of 12.
At the 12.
But what's deep is that what is technically is really 13. You know what I'm saying? Because at the age of 12, that's when they're trying to give you that identity. But when you're fully like, now you're a teen, you know, that even that teen, but they send that you know what I'm saying, talking about and they base that off of what? Off of Christ. So it's deep that you say, you know, 13, Christ conscious, connected to the Christ conscious, and then they let you know that when it comes to your inner child, that at that age 12, 13, you know what I'm saying, you are actually going, you know what I'm saying, to that Christ conscious level. You know, that type of accountability.
It's the same thing that they show in school. What you got, 12 grades. You know what I'm saying? After the 12th grade, where you go to the collegiate level. So that's the same thing within you. You dig? We're going through these grades, you know what I'm saying? The first, second, third, fourth, to help us understand the complexities of society, mathematics, and science. Well, that's the same thing that your zodiac signs help you do. The different ones that you bounce off of, the ones that you're not compatible with. So everybody's always looking, what zodiac sign is he? What zodiac sign is she? When you should be looking, how far are they from reaching a 13th zodiac sign? I want to see if they tap into Christ consciousness, because I know other people are portals for me to enter into my next timeline, my next reality. So I want to see if somebody is a Leo this, or Cancer moon, and this.
Think about 12 months in the year, and basically when we get to that 13 months, which is technically not 13 months, it's starting over again, but it's the new year on that 13th month. What do we feel? Everybody feel rejuvenated. Everybody feel like it's an awareness on the planet of change. I gotta do better. I'm not this no more. I'm not. It's, you know what I'm saying, that Christ consciousness is just super high on the planet. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like, even when we're not understanding what's going on, these numbers, because numbers are connected to the sacred, you know, the sacred realm, to really to the Most High, to the Creator. Numbers are controlling our world everywhere we look. You see what I'm saying? But I want to answer this question real quick, because someone asked, would shadow work be easier for people if they understood their astrological side in the natal chart? I would say yes and no. Truthfully, I would say yes, because it's cheat codes in it. You know what I'm saying? They give you cheat codes. They kind of let you know about yourself. Even other people, you can check their natal chart. Say you got a relationship or someone you have been deep healing with, or you got a spouse that you're in a relationship with, or a mother or a father, and you can read their chart, and you can kind of get their stuff on your phone and kind of check them out every day and see how they align, and you know what they vibrating on in that day. So it's partially true, and partially a help. But to me, on the flip side, it won't help worth of nothing, because true shadow work and people and the astrological signs, like Kai was saying, you might know what somebody is and you might not, and meaning they may not be operating in what their chart is saying. They may not be aligned with their chart. They may be operating on a whole nother energy. They may be channeling somebody else's sign right now, but they was hanging around so and so and so and so for the last few days, and now they got this Aries energy on them right now. And you reading their chart, and they, you know what I'm saying. So I would say, you know, the key to shadow work is discernment. You know, when it comes to dealing with others, you know what I'm saying, and trust in self. Whatever the process is, like I said earlier, man, everybody's shadow work is different. Just trust yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't be guilty. Don't be in your head like, am I doing this wrong? You know, just do it. Just flow. Like we talked about earlier. This is that shadow work is a place of deep reflection and also flow state. You know, people make shadow work like it got to be so sad and angry, but like Kyle said earlier, in the child, you know, I
wanted to tap in with you. I wanted to tap in with you on that for, you know what I'm saying, for a possible another episode, but I ain't gonna speak on it right now. You dig what I'm saying?
We got to.
But as far as that question, you dig what I'm saying? Because I also want to touch on it as well. Would shadow work be easier for people if they understood the astrological side or natal chart? Now, I also agree with King Manifest, yes and no. For example, just think about simplistically your third dimensional life. Anytime you go get a dresser, a shelf, a bed, you dig what I'm saying, toy for your child, nephew, right? And they say, hey, help me put this together. We not looking at the directions. We trying to figure it out. We trying to go off the picture, off the box. You dig what I'm saying? The best guide to do something is no guide. When you're completely free, when you're in that flow state, you dig what I'm saying? So what I would recommend is that you just start doing the shadow work. You know what I'm saying? And don't be hesitant on where I should start. No, just start. You dig what I'm saying? iPhone 14 didn't become iPhone 14 because it dropped iPhone 14 first. Nah, they dropped a big brick with a little, you know what I'm saying, gumball for a camera on the back. And then they upgraded to the iPhone 14. So just start. You dig what I'm saying? And then that's when you start to incorporate in the spiritual tools to help you along with your shadow work, because now you are able to pull in more higher refined amounts of information and energy, because now you done move away and broke free from that third dimensional matrix and the energy that it was keeping or siphoning from you. Because in the movie The Matrix, that was a documentary that was real. How they was showing Neo and all those other people tied up to those machines and their that clear fluid that they was sitting in, that's cerebral spinal fluid. You dig what I'm saying? That's the anointing oil. That's that Christos oil to help you have a crystallized consciousness. You dig what I'm saying? So they was showing that in the movie Matrix, and showing that how people are actually batteries for the Matrix to stay afloat. So when you detach from the Matrix and you stop giving your energy to the Matrix, giving your cosmic energy to the Matrix, and start giving it back into yourself, you dig what I'm saying? It allows for you to be free and tap into your shadow work in your own way instead of a programmed way from somebody else. And then, like I said, you start incorporating the tools because now you have your own guide before you're putting in someone else's guide. So then, like I said, yes, you will start incorporating the astrological chart and the natal chart, because now, if you was to read it before you start doing the shadow work, when you start doing the shadow work and having the knowledge of your astrological signs and your natal chart, you will start to be pinpointing all the negative traits dealing with your astrological sign. Oh, you're this way. You're pessimistic. You're low vibrational. You're discouraging. You know what I'm saying? You think lowly of people. You'll begin to look for all the situations when you starting to be that way, and you won't pay no attention to the shadow work. You're looking for the problem before it even starts. You dig what I'm saying? So you get in the shadow work first, then you start incorporating the tools, and then you start to see your growth. Like, after I really looked into my astrological sign, after I was doing the shadow work, I was like, man, this say for Leo, you're supposed to be this way, and I'm supposed to be thinking about this and doing this. I'm not doing that. That's not even me. I've never did that. So it just goes to show, when you don't have expectations, you exceed those expectations. You dig what I'm saying? So just start. then
I want to
go
say
down
this,
the rabbit hole with those things.
you doing shadow work every day without even trying. The problem is that when the feelings come, we run from it. Shadow work is just accepting, sitting with the feelings, not running from them. Like I said, really assessing them. If you need to cry, if you need to whatever it is, not running from the feelings, because we got feelings flowing every day. Every day you wake up, you think about a family member that you miss or you love, or you think about, man, I wish I could have, or I wish I would have. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about accepting the feelings now and not running from those feelings, and really reflecting and really seeing, why do I feel like this? Where did I start feeling like this? Where was the first time I ever had this feeling? You know what I'm saying? You know, is this giving me life? Is this taken away from me? You know what I'm saying? Is this feeling creating me to sabotage myself? You know, really just kind of like almost like parenting ourselves.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But somebody asked a question and said, I don't know nothing about shadow work, but I've already reached Christ consciousness. Do I need to worry about this still?
Yes.
So first and foremost, I don't like to use the word worry, because yeah, that is very low vibrational. But should you be concerned? Most definitely. Your shadow. So either you have been doing shadow work and didn't know what it was, but truthfully, in full transparency, the only way we can reach Christ consciousness and raise our kundalini and ascend on these certain high levels is through shadow work. Obviously, there's other things that we do in high vibrational sense that feeds our higher self and brings balance. But to actually connect with the divine feminine energy that is taking over the planet right now, that is the Christ energy, because Christ conscious and Christ energy, that is divine feminine energy. It's being scared, not doing it. Your family and embrace it. Everything you do out of love, not any love but Christ's love. You can't fuck up nothing with that. Being scared, not doing it. I say, like you said, it's the love energy, you know,
Yeah.
Which is divine feminine, but it also does have a chaos side to it as well.
I want to add on real quick before I forget the point, as far as you was talking about energy and embracing the feeling, right? Y'all want to experience these high vibrational beings, see ships in the sky and all this, right? At the vibration y'all at now, and y'all taking in those high frequencies, that shit will hurt. It will hurt. I'm telling y'all. Like how you see people walking around and police tasing them, and they walk around unfazed, because they can take that frequency now. It don't hurt no more. You dig what I'm saying? So if you're not able to take the frequency of hate, you know what I'm saying, of anger within yourself, how are you gonna take a download from a being from Sirius? You dig what I'm saying? Like, how I know I really was a pivotal moment for me in my journey was I was in what they would call the hypnagogia state, or the in-between state. And this is in a time where I really didn't know too much about the cosmology of different things, and I was in the Bible, but I was coming out of it, so I was open to it, right? And I was in what they call the in-between state, or scientifically known as the hypnagogia state. And it was about 7 a.m. in the rising. I'm just laying down on my belly, you know what I'm saying, with my head like this, and I'm fully conscious of what's going on around me in the room, but I'm in my mind. I'm deep in my mind, and I hear a voice say, "Who are you?" Right? And I say back to this voice my government name, but at the end I said, "From Planet Kai." Now this was around the time where I didn't know what Planet Kai was, but I started hearing everybody talk about it. So consciously, I wouldn't use the word Planet Kai. I would say Mother Earth. So intuitively, I just knew to say, "I'm such and such from Planet Kai." Then these beings spoke back to me in light language, right? I didn't know what they said, but I know exactly what they said. It was crazy. And then what happened to me was, it felt like somebody took 2 wires from an electrical plant and stuck them to my crown chakra and my root chakra and shocked the shit out my body. But because I was doing the shadow work, because I was doing the healing, this feeling felt so good, even though it was powerful. Like, y'all gotta understand, when y'all seeing these superheroes power up, that shit don't be feeling like why you think they screaming? That's
Yeah.
that shit hurt. You dig what I'm saying? So that just goes to show that whole experience. You dig what I'm saying? I was able, and it was so high vibrational, because after that I fell right asleep and got up, and I felt like I can lift 3,000 cars on top of my head, spin around, do a basketball type of stuff. You dig what I'm saying? So to be able to tap into those higher frequencies, you have to be able to tap into, merge, and embrace, like the guy said, the lower frequencies. You have to be able to sit through the uncomfortability, because that's the only way your vibration will be able to asphyxiate itself and flow through and adapt to the vibration that it encounters. You dig what I'm saying? It no longer becomes the one that is being alchemized. It is doing the alchemizing.
Exactly. No, facts. You know what I'm saying? And truthfully, you know what I'm saying, when you think about it, if say like, you know, at one point in my journey, I was just, you know, focused on like meditating and affirmations and high vibrational music, and you know, that's amazing. It definitely was bringing change to my life. But like when you talk about, you said the darkness, it was still rising. And so with me just focusing on the high vibrational stuff, when my shadow did project and I did act a certain way, I felt like a failure. You know what I'm saying? I felt so now I'm battling with being a failure. Now I'm battling with guilt. Now it's kind of like the Christian perspective that I'm doing to myself. Like I'm a sinner. I'm condemning myself. And so that's why it's important to understand and to love and to merge and to respect the power and the energy of the shadow. So that way when the shadow does rise, you don't be down on yourself, but you understand that there's work that needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? So what happens is that we kind of prolong the work and kind of get caught in the wilderness, for the lack of words, based off of guilt and shame, and not wanting to accept. Like I tweaked out. You know what I'm saying? Like I probably said some things that I shouldn't have been saying. You know what I'm saying? I probably projected my trauma on my family member. You know what I'm saying? Sheesh. But at the end of the day, you know, that's a part of my shadow. Why did I do that? I ain't tripping on nobody that want to hold it up my head. If you want to hold it up my head, that's you, bro. I ain't got to talk to you. You can be mad at me. I apologize. I was wrong. But when it comes to my inner work for myself, I'm going to go within. I'm going to see what triggered me in that situation. Even if bro was wrong, I got to still see about what made me react in this certain way. You see what I'm saying? And that is the power that we have to take our energy back, take our power back, and to constantly evolve. And to me, that is Christ consciousness at its purest form when it comes to the divine feminine, when it comes to Big Mama, who gonna feed everybody in the neighborhood, who everybody in the family come to her house. You know, it's that open, welcome and compassionate energy, but we having it for self. Like Kyle was saying, whatever we desire to do for others, if we don't do it for self, we will fail to do that for anybody else. So if you're in a situation where it's someone that you really love, and they desire and they need your compassion, but they hurt you before, what's going to happen in that situation? Because you're the chosen one. You're the one that was chosen to be right here in the situation, to heal this person, to help them, to give them the tools to elevate, but you still over here broken in your shadow. So you ain't going to do it because you haven't learned how to show yourself compassion. You still mad at yourself. And guess what this is doing? This is blocking purpose. This is blocking elevation. You see what I'm saying? But we want to sit back and be mad and upset that our family not growing, the people around us not growing. Well, certain parts of these things are tests for us, but we're not doing the shadow work. The shadow work is preparation for us to be able to accept somebody cussing you out, and you can still give them life. That's leading by example. Because truthfully, I know Kyle can probably agree with this. I can give my family the most deepest esoteric information right now. That ain't as powerful as them projecting trauma on me and me projecting love. That's when I pierce their heart. You know what I'm saying? Not when I give them this deep information. They're gonna challenge that with ignorance and perspective. But when I respond in pure love, or you can't. You can't debate with it. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what this is all about, family. Alchemizing the energy, alchemizing our pain, our trauma, so that we can heal ourselves, so we can heal each other. Family, like, we broken. We know that our community is broken. All we do is kill, talk down, and hate on each other. It's promoted. The trend in the world right now is for Black people to hate each other. The only way we can fix this is that we gotta stop hating ourselves. You gotta stop. You can't go to the store and see Black people and be like, these niggas. You should see your brother. You should look at it as if you literally just saw your family member at the store. But the only way we can get to that deep level of compassion and love for each other is we gotta go within and do it for ourselves. This is the most hardest gangster, realest thing you can ever do. Killing a nigga is easy. Buying a gun and killing a nigga is easy. It's too easy. But going within and healing yourself, you know, talking bad about your female, that F that B, F that nigga, that's easy. You know what I'm saying? F them kids, that's easy. But going within and really putting in that work and really healing yourself and merging with your shadow and really going toe to toe with your shadow. Now, come talk to me about that. You know what I'm saying? And your favorite gangster rapper and all that. Let me know if that nigga going within. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's really where it's at. You know what I'm saying? I know I was kind of super long-winded, but I feel like that was just purely, I really got super passionate about it, you know, just because our people, bro, like we need to really understand that our shadow and our pain and our trauma is not the end of us. Our people used to be in tribes, dancing, music, and high vibrational frequency, and we didn't give a damn about wearing the white man fashion. We wore a lot of colors, and we were very vibrant beings. We got to get back to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, why you think they don't like us painting murals in the neighborhood and doing graffiti and stuff like that in the neighborhood and having big cookouts and having big events and stuff like that in our own neighborhoods, in our own communities? Why do you think that is? Because they don't want us to see the bigger picture. So they won't want us doing nothing big. They want us to stay on the smaller picture, you know what I'm saying? So that we don't see what our community is as a whole. You dig what I'm saying? When it's healed, when it's able to tap into both frequencies of those energies. You dig what I'm saying? So we have to stop looking so simplistically within, you know what I'm saying, our situations and things like that, and think about it in the sense of how the God was breaking it down. You dig? You have to literally sit there and ask yourself these questions. Like, you will find, I'm telling y'all, when y'all get into deep shadow work, some shit that y'all push to the deepest depths of y'all mind, it's gonna be challenging for you to even say it when you're doing the shadow work, because even when you by yourself, it's gonna be challenging for you to say it because you done pushed it so far back. You dig what I'm saying? Like, why do you think they call it a reflection? Where they say we reflections of each other. Why do you think that is? Because you reflect you to somebody else. It's not that they reflecting them onto you. No, that's not what a reflection is. When you go in the mirror, you don't see somebody else on the other side of the mirror. No, you see you. So when you're talking about a reflection, you better make sure your reflection is don't got no toothpaste, you know what I'm saying, flicks on the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Don't got no smudges and nothing like that, because that's what you're projecting back on the other people, which why you think you're getting back the responses you're getting from people. You get it from your mom, you get it from your dad, right? Because your fractality of the angular light that you could perceive and transmute through your body is hindered. Your back signal ain't back signaling no more. You dig what I'm saying? It's just shining in somebody eye trying to annoy you. You dig?
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I really have a testimony of that. You know, I've battled with my parents my whole life, man, like to the point where, man, it's just been deep stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, been deep trauma, deep, you know, messed up relationship, you know, and I've been, you know what I'm saying? I'm from Texas, you know what I'm saying? I live on the West Coast, but I go home, I really didn't have the best visit, you know what I'm saying, with my mama when I used to go. But throughout these last few years, man, I've been really just going in with shadow work, and that relationship has been getting better and better to the point of this last visit I had maybe a week ago or something like that. It was the best visit I ever had with my mother. in a long time, and it was due to the compassion. I used to be around her and be frustrated with her and judging her for how she loved me. But once I got to a deeper level of shadow work, I was able to have compassion for, how was she raised? What situation was she put in? Was she actually equipped to even have a child? What type of trauma did she have? Really just have more compassion for her life, and think about, being her age, being 17, having a baby, and how my mentality, and just really, and to my point, I feel like those certain type of things, now today, I'm reaping the benefits, and it took years, truthfully, to really see the real benefits where I could see them in a tangible way and be grateful. But every time I talked to her on the phone and we had a good conversation, I would show gratitude, whether it was 10 minutes. I might have wanted to talk to her for an hour. I only got a good 10 minutes, but I was grateful for that 10 minutes because it was pure, it was love, it wasn't, and same with my father. So just know, when we do put in that work, there are benefits and there are rewards that come in our relationships with the people and the people that we really want to, like, the only reason why you mad at somebody is because you love them so much. So you can say, man, forget that person, I don't need them in my life. You only stand there because you want them in your life. You know what I'm saying? And so my point of saying is that when we do these certain type of shadow work and we do connect, those relationships, they're easier to mend and to blend together because guess what? You're walking in your true purpose now, family. Obviously we got the soul tribe. We connecting, we building, but don't get it twisted. Those people that you grew up with, that you've been knowing your whole life, why wouldn't you want to show them higher ways to heal themselves? Why wouldn't you want to show them, peace? Why wouldn't you want to see them happy and not depressed? Why wouldn't you want to see your alcoholic uncle, just playing dominoes and having a good time without the bottle? Why wouldn't you want to see, those are our desires. And so the point is that we so powerful that whenever you put in this work here, it's projected out into the quantum realm through your magnetic heart, and you are shifting the algorithm and shifting the frequency of everything going around you. Even if you're on the phone with somebody, they can be upset, angry, and you can be moving in love and shift that frequency that fast. You know what I'm saying? So as we close and wrap up the episode, I would say the key, and I would say just look at it as self-love, family. Shadow work is a part of self-love. That's why this is Shadow Work Sundays, where self-love is therapy, because shadow work is self-love. Don't look at it as a job. Don't look at it as like this weight on your back. Don't look at it as, man, I'm fucked up, I'm crazy out here. No, you know what I'm saying? We all the same. You just like me. You just like Kyle. And that's why we here, you know what I'm saying? So just remember that, family. Like, take the it's easy. It's not easy, it's simple. That's what I'll say. You know what I'm saying?
I say, man.
So let's get lit, family. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know that me and Kyle are dropping the 223 project on 223 January 1st. We kicking it off the beginning of the year, and this year 2023 is going to be a big year for a lot of us. Those that have been putting in that work and really been connecting and really been focused on manifestation. Our manifestations are about to come into fruition and really about to and we about to shift the algorithm of the whole planet. You see what I'm saying? And so me and Kyle was actually led and directed to put out this frequency and set the tone for the year. So this record is called Chosen Ones. We actually premiered it on Intergalactic Podcast Radio this Friday. But let's tap in with this frequency, family.
Hey, 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 hey. Get away from me. I don't do the fakery. Say bigly what I claim to be. Can you not be a hater, please? Guess who I am, be offended. Hey. I keep my vibe on a million. I am divinely gifted, and I set my intention. Do what I do. I am not you. I'm so me on truth. Stay lit, how about you? The chosen ones in the room. Frequency up, I'm in tune. I don't care what you assume. Try for the winners, can't lose. The chosen ones in the room. It's up in the store. I just keep leveling up. Shadow work till the level is done. I'm not in the rush. Big energy on chakra mode. I'm a whole singing boy. Chick, emotional dead. Now I can't live with the stress. I'd rather invest. Big healing, big healing, big healing energy. Now I don't rock with the industry. That's how much this really mean to me. I'm only me, no pretend to be. Pretend to be, pretend to be. Came from the bottom, no centipede. I'm here to hide the frequency. I don't know no one as lit as me. Do what I do. I am not you. I'm so me on truth. Stay lit, how about you? The chosen ones in the room. Frequency up, I'm in tune. I don't care what you assume. Try for the winners, can't lose. The chosen ones in the room. Pay for me. I don't do the fakery. Say bigly what I claim to be. Can you not be a hater, please? Guess who I am, be offended. I keep my vibe on the mid. I am divinely gifted. And I set my intention.
I knew I was chose cause I been zen. I be still just to go within the inner workings of my inner workings. I've been winning work that my shadow work for years. Hey, this God mind keep me in sync. And I'm not talking about the boy band. Use my mind's eye as a VR headset. I be all up in Toyland. We exist ubiquitously. We from the big leagues. Got life like a tree. Celestial being. All of us started from something small just like the egg in the seed. There's all kinds of beings inside of you. The one that you gon' become is the one that you feed. I'm the big cow. Why do you think everyone come to me for the gems and the keys? Cause we don't want. Just like when MJ showed you he can fly when he jump. Cause we don't want. We're telling the future by studying all of the stars in the months. Cause we don't want. We know the ancestors with us. We can feel them in our gut. Cause we don't want. Transmute and transduce all of the light from the sun. Cause we don't want. I am what I am. Cause I am what I am when I am. You know you chosen when you put you first. Cause you putting yourself inside of your own plan. I be talking to nature like a woman while giving my gratitude up to the flame. I say to my people, yeah, you know we chosen. So it's time for us to go and take a stance.
Hey, man.
Hey, man. Say, man. You already know the vibes. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Straight pressure.
Yeah, we coming with it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't playing no games. You know what I'm saying? 223. You feel me? So you already know how they do, man. They try to promote that killer, that murder culture on us. You know what I'm saying? So we really putting it back in their face. You know what I'm saying? We really putting them 223s back in their face. You feel me? Y'all see it, man. 223 with the crystal on top. You know what I'm saying? That's the vibe that we on, man. For sure.
Yeah, man. Like, man, they rocking with it, man. Look, y'all should have pulled up to the Intergalactic. We was playing all kinds of songs on there, man. So y'all definitely gonna rock with this project, bro. So y'all rock with that song, bro. Imagine that times like, you know what I'm saying, 9, 10, 11, 12 more other songs.
And so, actually a good time to plug that real quick. So we will be live again. Y'all go subscribe to Intergalactic Podcast Radio, the YouTube. Go subscribe to that page. We will be live again. So we actually go live twice a month. Currently right now on Fridays. We'll be live again on January 6th with some more high vibrational music. And like he's saying, we're really tapping in and playing really just all type of high vibrational music, not just our music, but high vibrational music just throughout the whole community. If you do high vibrational music, inbox us, send us some music. If you do art, if you do poetry, inbox us as well. Because we are supporting the tribe and supporting the community. So we definitely want to play y'all music and show y'all art. As well as we got a Freestyle Friday on one of the episodes coming up. So if you want to get on her and be a part of Freestyle Fridays, inbox us as well. Also, Shadow Work Sundays, me and Julio, Divine Julio, we actually do one-on-ones. So if you need one-on-ones when it comes to Shadow Work, inbox us and tap in with me or however you want to do that. Because obviously Shadow Work is not just on Sunday, but it's every day. So so if you do need a one-on-one, inbox us and let us know. Next episode will be very special. We have a special guest. We have Adama Speaks. I'm not sure if y'all know who she is. She's an elder, very powerful elder. And we will be starting the year off. That will actually be the episode on New Year's, January 1st. And we started off with the elder. And just get ready, man. 2 through 3 is big energy. So during this time, between now and the rest of the year, rest, reset, restore, rebuild, just kind of relax, regroup. It's almost it's time to it's almost like the calm before the storm, but the storm that's coming, we are the storm that's about to hit 223. It's already here. So, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, just with this retrograde, isolate yourself from BS, protect your energy, you know what I mean? And yeah, that's the vibes that I'm on.
Yeah, and just to speak on that, you know what I'm saying, touch on that and give just a slightly more insight. Make sure that y'all grounded. You dig what I'm saying? Ground in every aspect, in every area throughout your journey, especially right now, because heading into this 7th year, we're gonna be experiencing a coalescence of different things. You dig what I'm saying? On a higher frequency than what we was once experiencing in this paradigm in 2022. You dig what I'm saying? The year of the 6. So the year of the 7 is when, just like how in the Bible, God created everything in 6 days and then rested on the 7th. The year of the 7th is when we're going to be reaping a lot of these benefits of the work that we have been putting in. So we have to be able to know how to sit there and move through it. You know what I'm saying? The only way you're going to be able to move through it efficiently is if you're anchored, you're grounded. You dig what I'm saying? Doing that Earth Star chakra and root chakra work. Even grounding your heart chakra. You dig what I'm saying? Grounding your crown chakra, your mind's eye, your solar plexus. Your root chakra doesn't only just deal with being grounded in that chakra. No, each chakra ties into the next chakra. So if I'm accessing my heart chakra and utilizing the energy of my heart chakra, well, I need to be able to utilize the energy of my heart chakra in my root chakra. I need to be able to utilize the energy of my solar plexus chakra and my crown chakra. You dig what I'm saying? So you need to be grounded within your chakras, within the different aspects of your thought forms, your relationships. You dig your conceptualizations on reality and things like that, and be open, because it's a lot that we're gonna be starting to tap into in this next paradigm, the year of the rabbit. You dig what I'm saying? Which deals with fertility. You know what I'm saying? So we tapped in for sure, man.
And so before we tap out, I'll play the God Energy promo video. And if y'all actually want to promote any products, you know what I'm saying, that you are any high vibrational, holistic products, definitely tap in as well. We are definitely about supporting the tribe and putting these frequencies out here to give our people another option besides, you know what I'm saying, giving our currency and our energy to these corporations that really don't rock with us. So let's get it.
Affirmations daily, you should join in. Love is the vibe and we own it. The universe been talking to the chosen. The universe been talking to the chosen. God energy. Everything inside of me, feeling free.
Order your God Energy apparel now at GodEnergyLLC.com. Peace.
God energy. Everything inside of me, you feel free to see.
I say. Much gratitude, family. Go tap in with the God Energy apparel, very high vibrational apparel. It actually is Love is the Vibe. I'm rocking it right now. I don't know if y'all really, that light so bright you probably can't see it, but Love is the Vibe is the name of this release. And so we definitely tapping in with the heart chakra energy and divine feminine energy and just spreading love. And obviously, these words from our shirts, they send out messages. So my idea in my head was whenever we out and we seeing people and things are going on, they'll read your clothes and they'll see Love is the Vibe, which actually will alter a frequency or plant a seed in their subconscious. So that is definitely the power and one of the purposes behind God Energy. So definitely go tap in, family.
Shay, definitely tap in, man. For sure.
Yes, sir. So let's get it. So big light, love, and healing energy. Definitely appreciate, the family for tapping in. Much gratitude. Obviously, I know today a lot of people are spending time with family. So we appreciate y'all for tapping in with us. You know what I'm saying? Once again, we had, Khalil as the co-host. I definitely appreciate the guy for tapping in. Your energy, your presence was definitely felt and appreciated,
Gratitude.
my brother. Yes, sir.
Gratitude.
Yes, sir. All right,
Gratitude,
see y'all
man.
next Sunday, family.
Wholeness.
Peace.
My third eye's open, I can see past the commotion. I can get lost in the moment. Yeah. I live on the side with the chosen. Higher dimensions we going. Yeah. My third eye open, I can see past the commotion. Yeah. I live on the side with the chosen. Higher dimensions we going. Yeah. Guy done been through enough, I would say. Energy different, the frequency change. My third eye is open, I don't see the same. I am not playing, I don't rap in the game. I am